Hey, all, welcome to my channel. Okay, so let's get this done and over with. I mean, not so much so to the point where, sorry, I might be coming down with COVID. I don't know. But in any case, let's get this down. So, I just saw on basically on ESPN, basically, I was watching it. It was a little surprising. Jim Harbaugh is interviewing for the San Diego Chargers position. I mean, the LA Chargers. I keep saying it's San Diego. I apologize for those. Um, I always constantly say San Diego when I know it should be LA now. It should be LA, LA, LA. Anyways, let's bring it to the point. Jim Harbaugh, what he did with Stanford, the University of Stanford, was amazing for that program. Brought him to pure respectability. Went to the 49ers, brought him back to respectability. He ended up leaving to the University of Michigan, to his alma mater, and what he's done for that program has brought it back to respectability to what they should be. I mean, let's not forget, for the first 3 or 4 years, he had a hard time recruiting, a hard time winning against Ohio State. As he started winning that, then the last 3 years, the first two of those last three, he was in the college playoffs, which was great. And then, of course, this year, winning the Super Bowl. I mean, winning the national championship, which is great. So because of that, Harbaugh set out to do what he needed to do, become a champion. Now, I think he wants to come back. Wants to come back to the NFL. So, it's one of those things which it's a little surprising how this is, or how this is working out. Honestly, actually, I need this part on. Just need one on, basically, on the other. It's just interesting how it's going to be basically in the situation. Okay, so Harbaugh going to the Chargers and interviewing them. San Diego must be out of their mind. They must be literally out of their mind. Why? Because this is the man that has brought every team that he's gone to practically to respectability, to like competitiveness, to like playoffs or championships, whatever it may be. This is the thing where you need to basically you need to not interview the man, make him the offer. You make him the offer. Now, the reason why I say this is because, think about it this way. So, with the way things are right now in the NFL, you've got Pete Carroll pretty much being kicked out of the Seahawks. The Commander's seat is up for grabs once Rivera was fired, and then Rivera, getting kicked off, and then Ron Rivera and Atlanta. I forgot the guy's name, being kicked out, and then Vrabel being pretty much fired from the Tennessee Titans. And it's only a matter of time before Dallas, as well as the fact that Bill Belichick and the Patriots have decided to part ways, so they're gone. Now it's only a matter of time before Jerry Jones fires Mike McCarthy, because it's going to happen. It's a given. It's going to happen no matter what. He's going to get fired. Now the real question is, will Jerry Jones want to bring Bill Belichick or not? It's up in the air. Because honestly, if I'm Jerry Jones, do I want a 73-year-old man or someone that's in his 50s? I'll go with the man in his 50s. And you already have a solid defense, and you already have a pretty decently good offense. It's just your quarterback situation. San Diego, I would not be interviewing him. I make him the offer and give it to him and make him sign right then and there, because if you don't, you're gonna lose the man to either Dallas or most likely Washington. But chances are Harbaugh probably wants to go to San Diego, because the fact is he's got a quarterback that he loves with Vrabel, basically. I mean, sorry, San Diego. He's got Herbert, basically. I'm he wants that quarterback, so that's why Jim Harbaugh wants to essentially work with San Diego because of the Justin Herbert thing, and you could probably build around him at that point. Now, the question is now it's going to be musical chairs. Bill, if Harbaugh joins the Chargers, and of course Mike McCarthy gets fired from the Cowboys, which is going to happen, it's a given. We're probably going to see Belichick come to the Cowboys because for Jerry Jones, if he can't get Harbaugh, he's probably going to either get Vrabel or Belichick. Most likely Belichick. If you had a shot between Belichick versus Vrabel, he probably is going to go with Vrabel. Honestly, I would have gone with. He's probably going to go with Belichick. If I was Jerry Jones, I would have gone with the Vrabel. Seeing what he's done with what he did with Tennessee. Now the question is with Vrabel, what happens with Vrabel? If he doesn't go to Dallas, and if Belichick is the one that becomes the new Dallas head coach, Vrabel either should go to Seattle or Atlanta. One of those two teams. He's probably going to be one of those two teams. The other member that's going to happen is Mike McCarthy. When Mike McCarthy gets fired, depending where Vrabel goes and ends up at, if Vrabel is ending up at Atlanta or Washington, if I'm Seattle, I pick up Mike McCarthy because let's put it this way. Every former Packers head coach that has come to them, they've gone to the playoffs, high in the playoffs, as well as the Super Bowl. Don't be surprised if Mike McCarthy goes up and joins Seattle at that point. I would not be surprised, but quite honestly. It's an amazing time right now, but for me as a Giants fan, I don't know if Dable is the person, but chances are he is. I don't know. We'll find out. I mean, I don't want another Ben McAdoo situation where he was good enough, for the first year, but then afterwards he just completely sucked. Because everyone, he was exposed to what he was, basically. I'm not sure exactly how that works out. The Jets, they have Salah. I think they're going to keep Salah, pretty much. I mean, if I'm the Jets, I fire Salah and I bring in Variable. I fire Salah. But the thing is, the way Salah worked with the Jets right now, with the way they were playing, outside of the fact that they didn't have a quarterback, I think they're going to keep him. If I'm watching the Commanders right here now, if I'm the Commanders, I go for Vrabel quickly because he's going to get snatched up very quickly from whichever other team it is. Now, if McCarthy does get fired, if I'm the Commanders, I probably would get McCarthy. Why? Because the fact is like it gives him justification to make the Commanders so much better to beat out the Cowboys and constantly beat the Cowboys. That would be a nice, nice poetic justice for McCarthy if he does get fired and he brings the Commanders up to respectability to the point where they start beating the Cowboys in the playoffs and such. That'd be interesting to see. But I'm gonna put this out there. I think this is what's going to happen. You're going to see Harbaugh with the Chargers, Belichick with the Cowboys, McCarthy with Seattle, Vrabel with Atlanta, leaving the Commanders out. Sorry, that's right. Seattle already picked up the guy from the defensive coordinator for Cowboys. So forget about that. So McCarthy's not going there. So McCarthy's probably going to go to either Washington or Atlanta. It depends where Vrabel is at. I think Vrabel, if he goes to, most likely, I think what's going to happen is McCarthy will probably be with the Commanders. Most likely. That's probably what's going to happen, most likely, more than anything else. Unless there's another firing we don't see that we're not foreseeing. But with that, I'll leave it at that. I know I'm 10 minutes in. I was going to talk a little bit longer, but I got a little bit of work going on right now, so I'll just leave it at that. Once my video becomes permanent, you're welcome to leave a comment. I do read my comments or do respond to them when they warrant a response. But with that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered,